launching here. There's a short little video that says as much. And it was a matter of seeing if the poor sound quality I've been having is due to a low net connection speed, and it seems to be the case. So I am still getting set up in a different part of the house. Anyway, okay, closer. Backside's in the chair, I'm closer. Let's see, stick that down there. Instrument, yet again, not tuned because I'm trying to do stuff. Just getting set up. Okay, microphone over there. Okay, we're getting there. Getting there. Okay, the usual props, the usual tools. There's that. Yearski. Let's see. Maybe that way. That way? Nope. Other way, of course. There we go. Hello. Okay. So I couldn't get a better net connection speed. Our modem thing is right there. So. Hello. I can't quite see that far, but hello back to the Gold Coast. So let's see. Okay. Let's do this a little bit faster and a little bit dirtier than usual, but it is effective. Wait, here we go. Okay, got to shut off the drone so I can tune the drone. Okay, that one's sounding good. That's good. That one's not sounding good. Oh, let's do a few other quick adjustments here. That one, check. This one, check. This one, not good. Okay, and should be there. Okay, dokie, let's see. Usually that wants to tune sharper. Okay, sounds good so far, says Shannon. And Mike Gibbons is also here. He says, hello, everyone. Happy snowy Friday. Well, we don't have it yet, and I realize with the light coming through the windows, you won't be able to tell me while I'm broadcasting. I was actually looking to have my back that way, and you guys could see the cove out here. In fact, you could even see where, technically, where this album was recorded on the bluff, right there. So... go with that for the moment. I don't think it's totally happy, but kind of takes playing a little bit for things to settle down a bit anyway. So. That I'm realizing what probably or possibly part of the problem is there is a heater that's a more or less a forced air sort of deal right above my laptop, so it's right there. And the thing is, you can't tune pipes around drones because you end up getting these funky sound waves, and it doesn't work. So let's see, who else is in here, says Shannon. Well, there's about 4 people right now watching me tune up and get going. And this should be interesting anyway because my pipes have been in a room that's colder and this room is warmer. So we'll see. Anyway, So, as far as I know, this is sounding good. For those of you who are pipers, and I know there's at least two here already, let me know if this sounds drone heavy or chanter heavy. I can make a small adjustment, but only so much. So let's see what's going on here. Got to lean in so I can read this stuff, or get magnifying glasses. Let's see. So Emmett is here. Emmett, for those of you who don't know, and those of you who already do know, Emmett is a guitarist and singer, and he puts on a show on Saturday nights on Facebook, 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Look for that Irish guy. That is Emmett, and it's a great show. It's my go-to show on Saturday nights, except for when I'm like deeply engrossed in writing a book and miss it like last weekend. Anyway, so maybe that's why this week kind of, I don't know. Anyway, so Carol is here saying hello from Ontario, and of course, Carol, you know that I have, where is it? Now gotten your CD, not this one, but a copy of it in the mail on the way to you. Anyway, let's see. So sounds pretty even. Good to know. Thank you, Shannon. And Shannon also says that Irish guy is a great. Oh, someone might have a crush on you, Emmett. I don't know. Anyway, I'm teasing Shannon and you. Anyway. Anyway, let's see. I'll probably see Shannon 5 minutes after the show. We're going. Yeah, well, it's in the mail. I showed it on my last broadcast. I opened it up. I showed it signed, the whole thing, and put it on the CD. So let's see. Well, anyway. So, let's see. Let's go ahead and jump. uh, let's go ahead and jump into Last of the Mohicans. did make a few little errors, but figured out on the fly how to roll right through them. So let's see. Let's get some of this junk out of the way. I guess that's another way of doing it. Okay, that junk is out of the way. This junk is on the floor. Hopefully not too battered, beaten up, bruised, or abused. Let's see. Oh, come on. Let's see. There we go. Okay. So. Let's catch up with a few comments here. Did I crack? Nope. I just started busting off the plastic. No problem. Okay, so let's see what we got. So Shannon wants to kill me now. That's cool. Oh, and she's laughing. Fred hates snow. Everybody, Fred hates snow. Hi, Fred. Um, let's see. So got a trace last night. He says melting now. Could get 3 inches tonight. What I have heard for this area is that we're expecting upwards of like 10 inches or something. Have not seen that in a long time. I have a gig 20-ish minutes away, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it given this is a rural area and it's not like the roads get plowed. Yeah, so anyway. And Debbie, who is also a member of the SAMs, says, hello, Don. Hello, Debbie. Hope Robert is there too. So here's some good news. Even though I put Haps Challenge hashtag into the title and into the whatever they are, the other hashtag tags for the broadcast. So here's the thing. I made my Haps 250 count for this week. I don't have to badger people about it today. So that's really cool. So the other side of that simply is, yeah, I'm doing it. So Monday, because I'm doing a show on Monday at 7 p.m. Pacific, and then this show Friday, 1 p.m. Pacific. So here's the thing. Monday, come check out the show. Log in from multiple devices, share the show, tell your friends, link them. If I get 250 people in here, let's see, that will be week 4. If I get 250 people into the broadcast viewing from whether it's Haps, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, all of them combined, then after 8 weeks of that in a row, then Haps gives me $50. So anyway, $50 is not a lot, but it buys a whole new set of reeds for this instrument right here. So it's all good. So Monday matters, and if I don't make the 250 on Monday, then next Friday I'm going to be badgering you saying, please get your friends in here because this show is like worth $5 to me and cumulatively $50 or however the math works. Anyway, not going to worry about that right now. But yeah, so let's see. Next tune. Like I always say, if you have requests, do let me know. And if I know them, I will play them. And I think I already know what I'm going to play next. And I never have a set list for these. I just figure out something off the top of my head. So let's. I think I know what I'm going to do. Yeah. Okay, so pretty happy with that. Very happy to see that Nika is here, and also very happy to see that she says like the new setup. So I'm hoping that is partly about the whole miking thing, and maybe it's not miking, maybe it's the whole net connection speed thing. Because, like I said, the modem thing, whatever you want to call it, is wireless internet. It's right here, so I couldn't be closer to it. I'm getting a 5 gigahertz connection as opposed to the less than 2.4 that I usually get, and I think 2.4 isn't even enough because the router that I have connected to that I usually now have run into the other room. I've even been into the other room and still not gotten good sound quality. So it sounds like I'm getting better sound quality here. So I'll come back to that, Fred. But the funny thing is, I am still getting little pop-up messages on my screen here that says your internet connection is good, your internet connection is unstable, your internet connection has flying monkeys, your internet connection is good again. So I don't know. So as for the other part, the other potential part there on Nika's comment of liking the new setup, yeah, I redecorated the bedroom. This is, I totally changed everything here just in the last couple of days. Put in a fireplace. I know, looks great, huh? Windows, yeah, I love it. So anyway, uh, no, I'm in a different part of the house. So let's see. Let me catch up with comments here real quick. Let's see. That's what I heard him say. A lot for Western Washington, but not for the North Sound. And of course, I am on the northern half of Woodby, so things are different than they are in Seattle. In fact, like when Seattle has like 90, we have like 80. So anyway, but North Sound tends to get more snow than Seattle. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So let's see. Mr. Michael is here from Toronto. Hello, Michael in Toronto. In fact, I have a number of people. In fact, Carol is here from Toronto, and let's see. Christina and Martin might tune in. Also, Toronto, if any luck, we'll get Kate Gordon, who, let's see, as many of you know, helped to edit this book right here that I published last November. And she's just outside of Toronto, but I don't know the geography, so we don't know. Anyway, so let's see. Fred, do you know the pipe part two? It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. Yeah, I'll play it. It's dead easy. So let's see. There's a great vid of them playing it while riding on a flatbed trail. Yep, downtown Melbourne, but it's reversed, so it looks like they are on the right side of the street. I'll have to go back and watch that because I thought his pipes were still set up to be on his left side, and I'd be surprised to see a Piper switch sides. But then I don't know. I mean, I could probably fake that. I don't, there's too much that you'd have to change because you'd also have to get a different bag and retie the drones if you really wanted to do that. And frankly, I'm not willing to do that. There's not when it comes to Highland pipes, which are not these. These are essentially Scottish small pipes, of which there are many different kinds. When it comes to Highland pipes, most people play on the left side. In however many decades now of playing, I have seen a few pictures of people playing on their right side. I've never seen a set in the flesh. I've never seen one in person, so that's crazy. Anyway, so Nika says, sounds great and looks great. Yeah, it's a lot of renovations here. It's been a lot of work. Didn't sleep, but it was worth it. Okay, I'm kidding. Anyway, so oh wow, okay, so Rob, who is in Ellensburg, is it? Anyway, Ellensburg, Washington. Apparently, he's outside shoveling snow, which that side of the mountains sounds right. Sounds right. So, anywho, let's see. Let's do a retouch on the tuning now that the instrument's a little bit better temperature, and we will go from there in 2 seconds or a few more. Let's see. Let's start with this. In fact, I think I just realized, just popped into my noggin, the better way that I should approach this anytime that I need to do a speedy tune-up. It's not bad. It's just a touch off, but good enough for folk music, right? That one's not right. There we go. Okay. Now they have the happy. So what I'm also hearing here, let me move this over here, or seeing, excuse me. Apparently you see with your eyes, not with your ears. So like a lot of places, we have hummingbirds throughout the year. I don't know what the kind of bird that one is, but we have a bird feeder right over here. As I'm playing, I'm like, need to refill that. But seeing about three of them fighting over the bird feeder and Eatonville, excuse me. Um, anyway, the thing is hummingbirds are quite competitive, and you get close enough to a bird feeder, you'll hear and you might not be able to hear this, but they get close and they essentially they'll buzz each other and kind of come in and bonk each other out of the way, and they'll whistle and they'll chirp, squeak, and more or less what they're doing is saying, "Hey, get out of here! This is mine." You got crossed eyes and you can't do VTOL and stuff like that. So anyway, so there's been about three of them, and seeing them keep going around. And I mean, the thing is they apparently don't migrate, and they'll stay through the winter. And even then, we're supposed to get like maybe 10 inches of snow by tomorrow. And if you're feeding hummingbirds, you need to keep them fed because that's how they move and stay warm. And otherwise, apparently, they die. So after the broadcast, I think we will go out and fill up a bottle. So because it looks like it's about the last quarter or so. Anyway, but one of the things that I did, in fact, I will transition with this. So I've said before and shown with this broadcast before that I recorded. You can't see this too well. Let's see. There we go. I'm trying to keep some light on it. That's really hard to see. Anyway, so one of my projects that I really have not gotten to work on much, and it's one of those ones I love working on it, but it's like about the 110th thing on my list, I'm afraid to say. This is Archive of Resonance. If you go to archiveofresonance.com, you will see my webpage there that I really don't get to attend too much because I really don't get to do much with that project. I've only recorded this one album so far. And what it is, I took two harps that had pickups in them, electronic pickups, and put them out on the bluff, just right out here, like 40 feet from me, whatever it is, and just let the wind blow the strings, no human hands. And I ended up getting the harps, I got birds, I got raindrops, I got a bunch of stuff in there that was totally not expected. I really thought it was just going to be the wind and the harps, which is the title, Wind and Harps. Anyway, I have about 4 other recordings in the can, and maybe I'll start playing those a little bit with the broadcasts. Play them like start 5 minutes before I start, something like that. Anyway, I thought that I could start playing this one. I just thought of that today. But I also do have the recording of the hummingbirds that I made, and I set up my 2 recording units close to a couple of bird feeders, and it was interesting results. The scary and lucky thing is at one point when I had a hard drive crash, I think that was 2016, 2017, something like that. Anyway, I lost a portion of that material, but I still have enough to make a whole album as long as I just put everything on there. So that one will come at some point, but that's one of about 4 that I haven't recorded. I even have a lot of the liner notes written up. I just need to finish the audio, turn it into a CD. And something else that I think it was Carol, maybe it was Carol, who asked me to send a CD to her, and they regrets right there, to Toronto lately. Somebody turned around and said, "Hey, do I just go and download these from Amazon?" And I've been thinking about how to get these on Amazon, and essentially, since they're already paid for and here at my home, I would really lose a lot of money to send these to Amazon and have them sell them. But it costs me nothing if I can get the audio set up for MP3 download on Amazon, which I hear that's what the youths want today. So anyway, some thoughts about that going forward. So anyway, it's mostly a music broadcast, or at least that's the intention, despite my. So let's give that a go. Who else do we have here? So Eatonville, still West Side. Ellensburg is Dry Side. Oh, okay. Eatonville. Let's see. And Andrea is here. Hey, welcome back. Thank you. Happy Friday, Don. Listening while on break at work. Well, then I should play you some music. Okay, so decided to throw into some rock tunes there and got distracted at the same time. So one of those hummingbirds that I was talking about decided to sit just right outside here on the bushes. It was really cool. I don't know if he was listening to me or what, like ping pong ball size, tiny. Anyway, just kind of hung out on the bushes right here by the window. It was cool. And then when I really kind of cranked my head around, it was because a heron was coming up from the cove. So that was kind of groovy. So yeah, happy to play that, Fred. The funny thing is well, let's see, Long Way to the Top. The solo for Long Way to the Top to me just doesn't sound right without the other music. Although, hey, Emmett, if you want to, I've done this with another acoustic guitarist. Acoustic, long top, small pipe solo. It is hilarious. It's a lot of fun, too. Anyway. Woo! Uh-oh. Let's do it, dude. So that's water? Really? Honestly, it's water? Mm. Anyway, that ought to help keep me cool. So yeah, let's see. Long Way to the Top. A little bit of Thunderstruck there, and Thunderstruck. That one you can pull off without accompanying instruments. It's really cool when you already have an audience. It's like going nuts. It sounds funny on small pipes, but I'd still go for the laugh. And then a little bit of a screwed up version of what Crazy Train. Yeah. So I did AC/DC followed by Black Sabbath, finishing with Iron Man. There we go. Too many titles in my noggin. And that would be a hawk. So we have a lot of natural wildlife and waterfowl and birdfowl and fly balls and everything like that around here. So anyway, that's kind of nice. Hmm. When it was the heron, I wasn't sure if it was an eagle. Oh, look, an eagle! If you know that commercial. Anywho. Let's see, more music. What music? I know what music. We'll play music. Hello. Yeah, see, the funny thing with the Eagles here, and I don't mean the bad country band from California. Uh, the not a fan, clearly. Uh, two tunes, and one of them wasn't even theirs. Bigfoots, yeah. If you see one walking by in the background, you let me know. Of course, we'll have it on video, right? Anyway, so the funny thing here is we get a fair amount of tourism on the island, although we didn't last summer. Gee, big surprise. Let me do this too, so every time I bonk this chair, it doesn't make noises for you guys, because that can't be fun. Anyway, so we'll get a lot of tourism, and you can always tell who the tourists are when you're driving, because these folks get to the island and they don't know how to drive. Some of these folks get to the island and they don't know how to go around a curve in the road, and I guess they're just used to like long straight roads, stop sign, turn, right? I mean, you get a banked road and you're going 50 and curving, and folks are slowing down to like 30 and wondering why people behind them are going nuts. I guess they think their car is going to fly off the road. Anyway, so thing is, they'll like stop the 2-lane highway to pull over and take pictures of cows. They will stop the 2-lane highway to pull over and take a picture of an eagle over here, and there's 4 over here, but they're going nuts over here. So, but kind of can't complain too much because it does contribute to our local economy. So, anyway. But it will be nice when, in a way to say, it will be nice when we have the tourists again, because when we have the tourists again, we can have our outside festivals and events and everything like that, of which includes, we have a music festival on Labor Day weekend that is totally free. And it attracts musicians from across the country, or at least halfway across the country. We even had, not Neil Young, oh, come on. Uh, oh, just not getting the name right now. Country singer, Johnny. Not Johnny. No, Johnny's locking up on that name. You guys will have to forgive me. Willie Nelson. There we go. We had Willie Nelson's son here as a headlining act one year, and he didn't do any of his dad's tunes, although he did sound a lot like his dad. But if he had gone by any other name, like a stage name, he and his band were so good, he could totally make it without like getting any recognition as being his famous dad's son. So, anywho, excuse me. So, let's see. Um, anyway, yeah, I'm hoping to pull Nay Regrets out of hiatus and get us into that music event. So, Johnny Wilson, is that it? Okay, I've not, I never looked up his name, but I was selling stuff with my baking company not far from that stage. I got to hear the whole show, and it was a good show. Anywho, so Johnny Nelson, okay, or we're putting Johnny Cash and Willie Nelson together because, of course, this guy is their son. Woo! Anyway, I know what I'm playing next, and let's play that now. Oh no, I was starting to say Johnny as in Johnny Cash because my brain couldn't seem to get country musician names out of my head, and I like Johnny Cash, but that was the only name I was thinking of, not Willie. Johnny Will Lee. I guess if you're going to be a country musician, you have to have a E name, so I'd have to be Donnie. Ear. That's two. Let's skip that one for today. So that turned out okay, despite a few improvisations, which is my nice way of saying oops. Uh, anyway, so what that was intended to be was a little bit of Scarborough Fair, but I just didn't have that English tune in my head today. Followed by P-Brock of Donald Dew, which is the 6/8 March version of P-Brock of Donald Dew, not the P-Brock version of P-Brock of Donald Dew. Followed by All the Blue Bonnets Are Over the Border in France. And then lastly, I tried pulling out The Ass in the Graveyard and messed up the modified second part. But hey, it went well otherwise. I had fun with it. I hope you did too. So let's catch up with a few comments, including a few requests, I do believe, which James, looks like James Curtis on YouTube says, can you play Flower of Scotland? Yes, I can, and I will play it next. And then Shannon asked, what tune is this? I know it, but I can't remember. This one is Bluebells of Scotland, right? No, but I will play that next. What I like to do with Bluebells of Scotland, excuse me, water, good. What I like to do with Bluebells of Scotland is put it with Minstrel Boy, and I believe those two tunes are listed as the very last performance number in my book, The Patriotic Piper, which is a fundraiser item for post 1889 of the Scottish American Military Society, otherwise known as SAMS. That is my post. We have a small pipe band. This is the official sheet music book. It has 20 Scottish American military and patriotic tunes for Highland bagpipes. These are not anything that I composed. These are military tunes. These are World War I tunes, Civil War tunes, World War II tunes. They are American tunes. They're Scottish tunes. They're, yeah. Anyway, I have all those tunes, 20 tunes, plus their histories. And then I also included, because after you've had a bunch of music, it's time to eat, right? So I've got 15 Scottish and Irish recipes in here, along with trivia, food trivia. So anyway, kind of a little bit of something for everybody. It's not just a sheet music book for pipers. But if you'd like to pick up a copy of this, go check out Amazon. You can get a copy of The Patriotic Piper. I also have it in ebook form, and a portion of every sale goes to support Post 1889. My first book, Make Your Own Darn Good Cookies, 50 some odd recipes, most of them cookies, some of them dinners, some of them beverages, stuff like that. But, oh, and 3 bagpipe tunes. You notice a theme? Anyway, if you go to Amazon and look those up, if you, if you don't want to spend any money, in fact, on this one right here, I have a free sample ebook, and there are 2 recipes, word for word, right out of this book in that ebook. And I think it's, what is it? I don't remember. I know one of them is my double chocolate biscotti is in there, which was my very first biscotti recipe. So, anywho, free ebook. Check it out if you like that. Buy the book. There we go. So that's the book plugs for right now. Let's see. So Patriotic Popper is awesomely awesome. And then Shannon changes that to Piper. Well, I might be the Popper Piper. That's why I need the $50, right? Let's see. Oh, we got something interesting. Oh, Shannon, just so you know, apparently Haps doesn't like darn it. It blocked that because it's foul language. It is a family show. Anyway, so we had a request for Flower of Scotland and Bluebells of Scotland, and also Minstrel Boy in there. So let's do those, and let's see where that goes. Oh, and as for the CDs, those are not on Amazon yet. If you want any of these, contact me. I work with PayPal, and I will get them into the mail to you as soon as I can, which is kind of slow right now. Okay, I'm not going to read that right now, Fred. I'm going to play music. So, oh, I don't know if you guys noticed anything right there at the end, but I had another flash where it said your internet connection is unstable, and now it's good again. So go figure. Maybe I should just set my computer right on top of the modem box thing in there. Anyway, let's see. Let's catch up with a few quick comments here, and it looks like so. Fred was riffing off of Shannon's comment of the patriotic pauper is awesomely awesome. In fact, Shannon bought a copy on the first day. I didn't go online and tell people when the ebook was purchased, but she was so excited about getting it. She purchased the ebook even though nobody else knew about it. She might have gotten the first copy of the ebook, which is really cool. And what's also really cool, she's a friend of mine. She turned around, she got the book. She got the book before I even got copies, and she looked through it, said, "Don, you're going to be really excited about this. This thing is, I love it." I said, "Wow, that's really great." And other people have said like they wanted it for Christmas. It was on their wish list, which that was really cool. Um, anyway, the thing is, she turns around and she says, "So this is volume one. What's going on with volume two?" And I said, "Well, volume two is going to be the music that didn't make it into this book, and that's about like 40 to 60 tunes." She says, "Cool, great. When are you starting on it, and how can I help?" Oh, wow, that is really cool. So, anyway, so she and I have been dabbling on that here and there as time allows. And the trick to that simply is I am working on, I'm actually looking to take the 15 recipes in here and give you another at least like 10 or 15 or so, probably more so Irish recipes, but release a copy of a just Scottish Irish recipe book, and then also give the history and food trivia and stuff like that. But what is also different is some of those things, some of those recipes where people go, "Oh, blah, blah, blah is Scottish. Oh, blah, blah, blah is Irish, and it's funny food." Well, you're right about it being funny food because every culture has some. But see, my theory is this. At some point, there were two guys sitting around, and I know it had to be guys because only men are stupid enough to do this. There were two guys sitting around, and one of them said, "I dare you to eat this," right? And that's how some of these dishes got started. I figured this out. Me, right here. Me. Okay. So that explains haggis and lutefisk and sushi and some of those I've had. Uh, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Um, anyway, so that's how some of this crazy food got started. But here's the thing: some of this food, people turn around and say, "Oh, this is Scottish, this is Irish, this is whatever." Like corned beef. Corned beef, not Irish, not Irish. So some of the things in this book, I am going to help dispel some of those recipes. Let's see. Fred says no haggis recipes, please. Well, Fred, I'll tell you because we have a friend in common here. Let's see. So haggis. We'll find it. Let's see. Acknowledgements. Let's see. Slow cooked. Let's see. I called it modern haggis because it is not a traditional haggis. It is a haggis that Americans like you and I can go to the grocery store and get most of the ingredients. The rest of them you can go online, you can get it. So modern haggis is in here, and our friend Kay developed the recipe based off of some recipes that I found, but I didn't have time to do it. So anyway, but the haggis trivia. In fact, why did I close that page? Let's have some fun with haggis trivia here, real quick. Whoop, barrels. Those are easy and fun. Modern haggis is the longest recipe in the book, as I recall. Haggis trivia. Let's take a look at this famous Scottish meal. Many people around the world think haggis is a terrible dish, and yet they have not tasted it, nor do they really know what haggis is. This great chieftain of the Coon race contains a savory blend of minced heart, liver, and lungs of a sheep. Add that to an onion. Add to that an onion, some oatmeal, suet, spices, salt, all mixed up with soup stock. Traditionally, it is cooked encased in a sheep's stomach, although an artificial casing is now often used instead. So, one could look at this as meatloaf cooked as a sausage, making haggis not so unfamiliar after all. See, you've nothing to be afraid of. You just need some haggis, neeps, and patties. Okay? But what is a main course without sides? Oh, speaking of neeps and tatties, haggis is usually served with neeps and tatties. What do you know? Didn't see that coming. Neeps are also known as the swede or rutabaga, whereas tatties are, of course, potatoes.
These vegetables are boiled and then mashed up separately. Usually, a dram of Scotch whiskey is served with the meal, especially during the main course at a burn supper. So, now that we know what haggis is and how to eat it, let's look at some of the culture and history around the dish. Robert Burns wrote a poem about haggis within 2 weeks of his arrival in Edinburgh on November 28th, 1786. Allegedly, he spontaneously wrote this unique piece while at merchant Andrew Bruce's house on Cast Hill. It was published the following December. Today, Robert Burns is annually honored on his birthday, January 21st, referred to as Burns Night, usually with a formal dinner featuring haggis, a bagpiper to pipe in the main course, with recitation of Address to the Haggis as the centerpiece of the evening. So there you go. So let's buzz through a couple of other things here real quick. Guinness World Record, largest haggis weighed 2,226 pounds and 10 ounces. And I have the metric conversion. Let's see. Haggis measured 9 foot 2 inches. 3 feet in width and 2 feet 1 inch in height. So there we go. Homer's Odyssey mentions the dish similar to haggis. The sport of haggis hurling involves throwing a haggis for distance and accuracy from atop a platform, usually a whiskey barrel, of course, and the haggis must remain edible after landing. The world record was achieved by Lauren. I don't want to know what that last name is and mess it up. June 11th, 2011. So not so long ago. Hurling the haggis 217 feet. There you go, right there. The previous long-standing record was 180 feet, set by Alan Pettigrew in 1984. So there we go. Oh, and even then, here's one. During the North Korean War, on the number 30 transport unit of the Royal Australian Air Force undertook Operation Haggis on December 1950, delivering 180 pounds of haggis to the Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders who were based in Suwon, Korea. And here's the thing. They airdropped haggis and Balmorals to them. So that was pretty cool. Anyway, so I've got trivia like that in there. But yes, there is a haggis recipe, Fred, and it was handled and headed up by our friend Kay, and then double checked by a friend of mine by the name of Preston, who is a haggis expert. He spent 6 years learning how to make haggis and made a couple of trips to Scotland just to learn how to make haggis. And so good stuff. Mind with squeakies there, hey? Unless you have that as the rhythm section. My accompaniment. By the way, the hummingbird feeder is running low. I've been watching hummingbirds while broadcasting. Let's see. Love the history. Yep, good stuff. Wait until I'm playing. There we go. Ended that a little bit early, but I like where I ended it. So that is a number that I like to call Hector the Cash Banshee because it consists of four tunes, although I only use words from three of their titles. That consists of four tunes, which are Hector the Hero, excuse me, um, the Cash Jig, the Lilting Banshee, and then the Humors of Whiskey. There we go. So in the Humors of Whiskey, that one's what's referred to as a slip jig. So where those jigs are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, when you come up to Humors of Whiskey, instead of being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. And I've had a few people turn around and say, you can't go from 6, 8 to 9, 8. I'm like, sure you can. You can also go from 3, 4 to 4, 4. I've been going from 2, 4 to 6, 8, which is easy because if you think about it, 6, 8 can be counted as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5, 6, 1, 4, 5, 6, right? Okay, so anyway, good stuff. So I think I'm going to play my tunes that are in here. I haven't played those for a few weeks, and let's see how we do with them. Having not played them for a few weeks, that also means I haven't practiced them, and I don't really need to look at them, but I also just don't feel like it hurts either. It's kind of a luck thing, I guess. Oh, if I can juggle this. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Okay, so the first tune I'm going to play out of these three is going to include my tune called, if I pronounce it right, it's got a Gaelic name. It's Bear a Bag, I think it is, or Bear a Bear. Yeah, it's something, Bag a Bear, I don't know, Bugaboo, I don't know, something like that. Anyway, I'm going to have to check the Gaelic, but it ends up meaning little by little. Let's see, Fred, throw in one measure in 13/16 and I'll be impressed. No. Anyway. So what I like to do with Little by Little, I designed as in the same style of an older Scottish work tune referred to as a rowing tune, and it's for rowing a boat. So you'd sing this while rowing a boat, which kind of makes it a sea shanty, I guess, but I think these predate sea shanties. In any case, it's the same concept, but the first tune is going to be the Setting a Course for Lewis, and not playing Rush. I can play Rush. The first tune is going to be Setting a Course for Lewis, then my tune Little by Little, Setting a Course for Lewis. Basically, Setting a Course for Lewis, beautiful tune, absolutely love it. But I felt it needed a second part, and there is a second part that one fella has written out there, but I wanted to do my own. So I did my own. So here we go. So I decided to throw a little rush on the back end of that for Fred there. I used to know Fred in Seattle. Good to see him around online. Uh, really, really scary, smart guy. That's Fred. So anyway, very engaging. But so here's one other thing. See, so it's not that hard. Thanks, Fred. So something else that might be coming up. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. So one thing I've said that for now about the past year or so, not quite a year, doing these broadcasts is giving people a little bit of entertainment and me an opportunity to perform for people, kind of. Where last year, yeah. Anyway, so here's the thing. Friend of mine, musician friend of mine, about 9 months ago, something like that. He calls me up. He says, "Yeah, my wife and I are trying to move out of Seattle, and we're looking to head your direction." Like, cool. Let me know. Well, this guy's a guitarist. I've worked with him before. We did kind of a folk thing, and it was cool. We just we kind of didn't have enough time to work on it. So this guy's been living south of Seattle there, and calls me up 6 months ago. He says, "Yeah, we got to move. We want to head your direction." And he says, "Well, I don't know when it's going to happen." So he called me up about 2 days ago, and he says, "We're moving at the end of this month." I'm like, "Oh, cool." So he's only going to be about 40 minutes away, which in a rural area, that's just, that's down the block, basically. Anywho, so yeah, hopefully he and I can start working again on the music, which is cool because he had said, "Hey, anything that I can do to help you musically, let me know." So I've got the Smallpipe album that project from 10 years ago. I've kind of pulled back off the shelf and been getting to work on them here and there with doing these broadcasts. The fact of the matter is, I was trying to get going on it again. And then serendipitously, this guy calls me up and says, "I'm going to be living close, buddy. Let's do some music." I'm like, great timing. So anyway, so that might be coming up. The other thing though is if he's that close, and when I've got the bedroom redecorated like this, I mean, I got a lot of space built into this. I think it turned out nice. Thing is, there's space for him and I to broadcast like this. So any luck, he and I will be able to do that. So that will be cool. So let's see. So the other tunes that I want to play, my own compositions, right here in Make Your Own Darn Good Cookies, which originally it was Bake Your Own Darn Good Cookies, but then I changed to having some main courses and things like that in there, and it was no longer just well, I don't need that. Anyway, it was no longer cookies, so it needed to be more makey than bakey. So, but anywho, yeah, like I said, there's a free 2 recipe version of that called Let's Bake Cookie Squares in Biscotti. That's a free ebook version that is on Amazon. 2 recipes right out of that book. Free. Go grab it. Give a nice award. Or excuse me, give a nice come on, brains, give a nice review. I glitched there because right there at the same time, Katrina sent me a nice award here on HAPS, which, quick thing about HAPS, and something I did want to announce. So HAPS, for those of you that are not familiar, it's HAPS, HAPPS .TV. There we go. HAPS TV is groovy in that you can hook up Facebook, you can hook up YouTube, you can hook up Twitter, Instagram, all these different sites where you can do these types of broadcasts, but you can broadcast from HAPS and then it shoots out that broadcast to all those different locations. So groovy website. Another thing that it allows for is have to drop for work call. Okay, well, Nika's, everybody, let's wait. Nika's on a work phone call. We got to go on without her. Anyway, so the groovy thing too that HAPS allows for is people can give you tips right on the website as you're doing broadcasts. And Katrina was very nice in having just given me a nice view award. So thank you. So, yeah, nice view. Anyway, thank you for that. Something relative to that too is after last week's show where people sent me some nice tips, that was appreciated. I did get a comment which was, "Hey, there's people on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and stuff. They might like to send you a tip." And I said, "Well, come over to HAPS." And they said, not everybody wants to do that. I get that. So what the suggestion was is change your PayPal account, which I've been thinking of doing. So if people want to send you a tip, they can send you a tip. So I'm working on that. The other thing that I'm working on, and then this last I'm going to talk about money for now, is I'm working on starting a Patreon account which will come over here be focused on cooking. And yeah, the thing is, I'm going to start the first level apparently as a lot of other people do, which is, hey, if you want to subscribe and support what I do and just give me a monthly tip of a couple of bucks, groovy. So I will have more information about that as it develops, but it is going to be a Patreon account relative to my small business, which is Woodby Island Baking Company. Woodby Island, it's the rock that I'm on, WHIDBEY, Woodby Island Baking Company. If you look on Google and go to Washington State in the good old USA and go to Washington State and look out in the water where we have islands, because that's where we like to put our islands is in the water. Look for the big one. Okay, look for Woodby Island and you'll have the spelling right there. So you'll get it. Anyway, so anywho, let's see. The other two tunes that I want to do, and then I need to wrap up and do my closing tune. The other two tunes that I want to do are my compositions, which are brother-sister tunes that I named for a brother and sister, of which I am surrogate Uncle Don to, of course. Anyway, so it is Lullaby for Zoe and Emmett's Dance, or Emmett's Waltz, kind of, waltzing with Emmett. I never quite decided, but any of those three names work as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, let's go for those. Oi, I am going to end that one right there because even though it is my composition, I am a little rusty on it. But yeah, anywho, I tried reworking. What happened with that is I had a tune and I didn't have a name for it. And friends of mine called me up and said, "Hey, we just had a kid and we want you to be Uncle Don." And I said, "Well, what's your kid's name?" And they said Zoe. And I said, "Okay, I am going to name a tune after her." And that became Lullaby for Zoe, or Zoe. So I don't know if they do the umlaut. Anyway, anyway, they now live across the country, but they kind of disappeared. And about a year later, I reworked the tune because I thought about Terry Tully's "Ass in the Graveyard," and I like how rhythmical his was. And I thought, wait a minute, I could take "Lullaby for Zoe" and rework it and make it rhythmical the same sort of way. And I was messing around with them. I was like, oh, I could do this because nobody does that in Scottish music. And had some fun with that and came up with this thing that I really liked. And I swear to Jupiter, a week later, they called up and they said, "Yeah, hey, sorry, we've been off of the radar. We've been kind of busy having another kid." I'm like, "Ha ha, really? What's this kid's name?" And they said, "Emmett." I said, "Oh, okay, cool. Well, I have a tune for Emmett." And the what very briefly was Zoe's Waltz became Emmett's Waltz. So that's two of the three tunes that are in this book right here. Make Your Own Darn Good Cookies, available on Amazon, as is The Patriotic Piper. As said, a percentage of every sale goes to help support Post 1889 of the Scottish American Military Society, which is my post. As I said before, I do also have CDs available. This is my Celtic rock band right here. And then before I drop that, and then this is a very chill, relaxed, weird, kind of groovy, meditational, whatever thing where I took, and you can't see that so well, where I took two Celtic harps, stood them on the bluff right out here, and just let the wind blow the strings. It was cool. So this is going to conclude my broadcast for today. I do want to tell you about a few other Celtic broadcasts that go on during the week. Let's see here. So let's see. As you know, Monday I play from 7 p.m. to about 9 p.m., something like that. And with doing the HAPS challenge, I am trying to get 250 viewers in that broadcast. So tune in, invite your friends, link me, share the show, just get the name out there and get a bunch of people to drop by, because wherever you're at, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're seeing me, and tell those folks to tune in to Bagpiper Dawn. Wherever you and they are seeing me, all of those numbers get counted here on HAPS. And if I can get 250 viewers in one show each week for 8 weeks, then I get $50. And next week will be week 4, I think it is, and halfway there. So there's that. So Monday, I play 7 p.m. to about 9 p.m. These are all Pacific time times. Wednesday, 7:30 Pacific. Timmy Tunes is on. Look for him. I believe he's on Facebook. I forget. Somebody told me, and then I didn't make a note of it. Friday, like today, 1 p.m., I play here. Saturday, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Pacific is Stark Raving Pat Plaid, which is a high-energy Celtic rock pub band from Seattle. 7:30, right on their tail, and a gentleman that has been tuning in is Emmett, known as That Irish Guy. And I know for a matter of fact that he is on Facebook with his broadcast, because that's my go-to entertainment on Saturday night. I hang out. Sometimes he's on the computer. I'm at home. I'm not a part of the broadcast. It's just him, and he puts it all on, I tell you. He plays guitar. He sings traditional Irish and Scottish tunes. He sings contemporary folk, Irish and Scottish tunes. He does rock covers. He does lots of cool stuff. Acoustic guitar, him singing. He puts on a great show. Do tune in for that. That is 7:30 to 9:30 p.m. Pacific. Look for That Irish Guy. And then on Sunday, look up Bill Mullen at Bill Mullen Entertains, and you will find his broadcast. So, anywho, so that is my broadcast for today, for Friday. Let's see, one more quick comment. Only caught the end, unfortunately, but thank you. Well, thank you, Audrey, for coming in here. Appreciate that. Anywho, so I had been messing around with this tune, and then was seeing Emmett, a.k.a. That Irish Guy's broadcast. I thought, I'm going to start doing that too, because, well, why not? Anyway, there's a traditional Irish tune. I've said this weeks before. There's a traditional Irish tune called The Parting Glass, and historically what we would do is sing this at the end of the evening. So what might happen is, if you go to a live music show or something like this, they might sing this at the end of the evening. But some of where this happened was if somebody had a gathering at their house with a large group of people, and socializing and food and merriment and socializing and food, They might also sing. They would entertain themselves. There might be instruments. Anyway, at the end of the evening, when it was time to wrap up, or basically when the host said, we're tired, we want to go to bed, we want to get these people out of here and do so in a nice way, they would sing the parting glass. And this would be a very nice way of saying, thank you for coming. Appreciate it. Think well of you. And, you don't need to go home, but you do need to get out of here because we want to go to bed. So, and this would be the signal for people to leave. So anyway, it's a nice tune. Do look up the lyrics. If you watch Emmett's show, that Irish guy, he sings it and he does a marvelous job. He knows the lyrics. I don't, and I'm just not feeling like trying to sing it today. So anyway, the parting glass. And you can also, golly, everybody's doing this on YouTube, but pull out your copy of Waking Ned Divine to do the tune in that film. There we go. Their parting glass. Well, thank you for joining me. As said, I broadcast on Fridays at 1 p.m., and my next show is coming at 7 p.m. on Monday, and those are, of course, Pacific time. Monday, I will be working on the Haps Challenge, so I would appreciate it if everybody at least dropped by for a moment, because that will help count toward the 250 viewer count that I need for 8 weeks in a row with at least one show. I get 250, and after 8 weeks, then I get $50. So help me get $50. So come back on Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific. I play about 7 to 9 p.m. And yeah, there you go. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you are taking care of yourselves. I hope you are taking care of your family, your friends, and do take care of the people that you don't know when you are out and about. And like I said, if that just means you're holding the door open for somebody, then do that, because it doesn't take too much to just make the world a slightly better place with doing some small thing like that. So anyway, thank you for joining me. I will see you again coming up soon on Monday, 7 p.m. Look me up at bagpiperdawn.com. Do take care. See ya.